Welcome to our weekly series with Ambassador Dr. Smiley. This time around, we're going to be talking about mental health. And the topic that we came with is ways to improve mental health in 2026 and beyond. Way to improve mental health 2026 and beyond. As everyone can relate to this particular topic, this is a really an important topic. I was doing a meeting with my community board the other day, and then mental health issue came as a discussion, and I noticed that sometimes people can even have mental health issue without knowing it. You can even have someone that you know walking, you know, looking normal, and they still have some problem. I mean, in terms of mental health, they might be physically healthy, but mentally something is missing. And we had a program here, New Global Media, here, like a year or so ago. And one of the psychiatric doctors said, sometimes the cause of mental health could be something missing in the brain. Something, it could be anything missing, so anything like a fluid or anything that keep the brain function. Could be either over the normal limit or could be under. So that could trigger mental health issue. And mental health doesn't mean that I mean, you're gonna be so crazy that you're gonna take a gun and shoot everybody on the street. No, the symptom could be even somebody being excessively aggressive or somebody started to act abnormally. So those are some of the symptoms that could be caused by mental health. So we have to be aware of our environment and our families and people close to us, and and try to look for symptom, and perhaps we should also ask ourselves, or people ask people around us about our mental our mental health state, because sometimes you would not know as an individual until somebody tells you. So these are some of the brief background of mental health that I want to just start with, and I would allow Smiley to jump right in it and lead us through this conversation. So I'll be here asking questions as a host, and Smiley, you have the floor.
Thank you, audience, and good evening. From here from Dallas, I'm always super excited. Always keep on, looking forward. When is my weekly session? And keep awaiting to connect with all of you wonderfully. Let's get connected, and I would love to have more and more viewers, more and more people like and share, and be a part of this platform. I want more engagement. It's not you know talking about trying to promote myself, not myself. When I talk myself, it's over and above everyone, including to grow together. So keep engaged with us, like and share, follow, and keep forwarding our weekly sessions to everyone, because anyone could benefit out of the session. Thank you very much, and stay tuned and stay connected. Yes, mental health is very important. So, my first tip to start the session right here is that be always engaged and confidence in yourself with a smile. That's the first tip to be in good mental health.
Yeah, you started up really good. Now, smiling and be confident about yourself is definitely smiling alone. I had could really improve somebody's health typically, because it allows the body to relax, and it gives some kind of like easy flow of blood from different part of your components of your organs. And so if you look at smiling, it overrides stress. If you look at smiling, it creates like an environment within your body that things become loose, and then you become worry free.
Yeah.
If you are, if you, most times people who usually smile, they receive the same kind of positive, positive vibes by just giving somebody a smile or giving a situation a smile. Now, I used to work at Amalgamated Bank years ago, and I had this new CIO. He's a woman, and she went to a point that she asked everyone in a meeting that, I don't know, but Mr. Sawaneh is always smiling. Is this real, or is he just faking it? I said to her, I mean, welcome to my world. I mean, as long as I'm at a work environment, I just have this, configured in me that should be smiling until I leave work, because that had created so much positive environment, and I was able to do so much work and I get so much support, and people were not afraid to show their vulnerability to me. I used to do computer support, computer engineer support to clients and users, and sometimes they would be open, and they won't be scared to tell me what they don't know or what issues they are having. So these are all things that smile does. So it allow the opposite side to be open and allow you in, and even allow you to exploit their vulnerability or to make things work. So yeah, Mata, why are you putting the TV on? Yeah, sorry about that. So
That's
I
a
just get
positive
into.
attitude, that everything can be covered up with just a glimpse of, smile. There are two things in the world you cannot buy, but you can create by yourself. One is happiness, and another is smile.
Very good, very good. So let's smile more. Let's smile more, and then even if it's hard for you to do, but for health reason, let's smile more, because there are some scientific, evidence that smiling contributed to health, to somebody's health, as well as wealth. But like I
Yes,
said, if the more you allow people in your space, the more you look positive, the more you will receive on the other end. That doesn't mean that you have to be smiling all the time, but at least you know you have to be smiling most of the time, especially when you are within um, people, when you are in an environment where it's definitely suited to smile, to make
yes,
people comfortable around you.
yes.
Now, um, Smiley, just you know, with the mental health, let's just dive in to it in depth. Now, besides smiling and then having confidence in yourself, which what of the things that will have the viewers like explore when it comes to like mental health? What should they know about mental health, like the symptoms, um the cause of it, and of course, what are some of the ways to keep your mental health stable?
Absolutely. Let's, talk about just to the point. Here, I would like to mention one thing that I have come across. There are 7 C's of mental health one should always focus on. Let's talk about all what are those 7 C's. Powerful 7 C's. Number one is competence. Number two is confidence. Number three is connections. Number four is character. Number five is contribution. Number six, very important, coping. Last but not the least, which is over and above, control. These are seven powerful C's of mental health. Nowadays, in this stressful world, we are not paying any attention, not unless we end to the just reach to the end of the tunnel. We need to understand the importance of mental health. It's not for anyone. It's first, I always focus on myself because if I am in good state, my vibration is reaching out to the world. Okay, not world, maybe a person who is just sitting next to me. Maybe there is no one. Through my sessions, through my conferences, through my voice, it's reaching out to the world. So the most important is, again, like I mentioned, every time fill your cup first. Be in good mental health first. Know yourself. Am I okay? Am I doing good? Am I focusing on those seven C's? But in this rushy bushy world nowadays, do we have time for ourselves? That's a question to the audience. How much time do you focus on yourself? You first have to compromise. I think
Very
we
important.
touched down on this last time.
Yes.
So long as you have time for yourself, 24 hours. I mean, sometimes I think 48 hours is less for me. But that 24 hours, you need to prioritize. I always think that, look at, earlier days. People were so healthy. Did they have so many kinds of diseases, illness? How
Hmm.
they live a beautiful, healthy, connecting life versus today. The technology is graphing up, but at the same time, the illness is moving with a fast speed. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Why? Why? My
Hmm.
question is why. This why answer nobody will be having because one reason we are not focusing on ourselves. Am I right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Let's start doing that. Is it that too difficult? We are looking for happiness.
Exactly. Hmm.
We are only looking. People will always keep coming and asking me one question. I'm sick and tired. You won't believe me. Smiley, how you get so much of energy? How you can keep your smile? Is that only your name, Smiley? Just to impress the world? I said, oh my goodness. Stop. Let's
Not
pause.
necessarily.
See, let's pause. You think that I'm smiling in order to get more followers?
Hmm.
Be the way you are. I'm just like the way you meet me on the virtual and when you meet me in person. I don't mask myself. I don't carry that. When people understand that, then we can move ahead in life. Otherwise, we are stuck. More illness will go. Nowadays, more than aging, Youngsters are facing more mental depression versus seniors.
Exactly.
Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
Why? Again, my question is why? A powerful why. We are not putting ourselves. Education doesn't mean big certificates, high profession, status, symbol, high professionalism, luxuries. The basic education is how we educate ourselves. And if we cannot be,
Exactly.
just like I said, one of the powerful C is control. When we cannot control our mind and body, you cannot.
Then, yeah.
You are imbalanced. So you see? So first we need to focus on that. I'm a straight shooter and a fact finder. I don't care. People can stop me, pause me, that's okay. But I need to put my voice out because that's my mission to change the world, be a role model and a change maker. And I will keep on doing on multiple ways, multiple, because we need to be reminded times and again.
On time again. Yeah. So just to um switch things around a little bit, you mentioned the three C's, which are
Seven
uh,
C's.
sorry, seven C's. So, yeah, which which are the competent, confidence, connection, character, contribution, coping, and under control. So all these things intertwine uh, uh, to uh, to help stabilize the mental health. Now, before
I
we
will,
come to
yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead, go ahead.
No. Go ahead because I want to explain each and every factor what I'm talking about. Seven C's. Go ahead.
Yeah, but seven C's. Okay, that seven C's is applicable on the solution part of it. But now I
Yes,
just want to give some little bit background about mental health because it could be that some people don't know what causes mental health problem.
sure.
So mental health can be caused by various things. Many people have complication of factors, although there are people who are affected by it through family. It runs in the family, but there are certain things that really affect mental health, especially childhood abuse, trauma, or neglect. Like when somebody is neglected and they don't feel loved, it can psychologically impact their mental health. Social isolation and loneliness. Sometimes we as individuals, we don't know. We want to be socially, isolated, but that loneliness can really trigger a mental health. Experiencing discrimination and stigma, including racism. Even racism alone, like you are at a job and you feel like always they're using racial slurs or they are looking at you differently, it can really, really, affect you mentally. And you can be thinking too much and then started, losing yourself. Um, Social disadvantage like poverty and debt. Every time, you see yourself not making enough money and you are getting bothered with bills, and every time you go into court, you're not paying rent and all of that. Losing somebody in life. I've seen, I when I lost my brother at some point, you know that's a few years ago. It went so almost like a year. I wasn't mentally there. Sometimes I don't even know whether I'm walking in the streets or I'm in the apartment or what. Like I could tell. So that can affect somebody. Um, Also, severe stress. People don't know, like, mental health can really, really be affected by stress. That's why stress alone, it has so many components to cause health problem. And then your physical condition too. Even getting overweight. Some people who are overweight and they cannot lose weight, they could be bothered with, that too. Unemployment, homelessness, drugs, and alcohol misuse. So you name it. So these are all things that could affect mental health. Now, do mental health run in the family? Yes. Some research says, suggested that mental health problem may run in the family. For example, if you have a parent with schizophrenia, you may unlikely get that, whereby you'll be forgetting things, or be scared of things, right? um but no one knows if this is because of, genes, or because of other factors. But sometimes you see, like, line of families, they have mental health issues. And although, like, mental health problem could be might be it might be affected by the gene, but research haven't really say find whether such things, are causing problems, like, genetically, you know. So, but we've seen some family members who suffered mental health. So the brain chemistry. Oftentimes people are, worried about, like, how come, this person get mental health. So sometimes a human brain is very, complicated. Some research suggested that mental health problem may be linked to variation of certain chemicals, such as serotonin and dopamine. Dopamine and serotonin could really affect your mental health, depending on, like, if they are not regulated. But no one really understand how and why this is so. So the arguments that some brain chemistries are saying that, are saying, it's not really solid, but those two things can really affect your mental health as well. So mental health also, it might be linked to, psychiatric medication. So, some psychiatric medication also could even worsen the mental health, but we have seen that some of the psychiatric medication, like, can help people treat mental health problems. So mental health can feel very personal, and be hard to understand. You might see somebody living with somebody, looking okay, working, regularly, but they have a mental health problem. You don't know until one day it explodes. Like, they go and shoot themselves, or hang themselves, or do crazy stuff to somebody. That's when you be like, wow, we didn't know, but the symptoms are there. So these are some of the reasons what causes mental health. Again, we are not an expert in this area, but based on our research and then little experience that we have at a personal level. So this is it. Now, Dr. Smiley, if you have anything beside what I've mentioned about the cause of mental health, you can let our audience, you can let it out for our audience to know. If not, then we can move on to uh, how to control it, and what to do to improve your mental health. Because before we talk about fixing the problem, we have to know what the problem is. Now, one more thing that I noticed, that people might ask, what are the common things that you might notice from a person. So somebody with bipolar disorder, somebody with mood disorder, you see somebody one time they are happy, the second time they are not, or one time they are acting crazy. That could be a mental health problem. Somebody overly depressed, that could be a symptom. Somebody overly anxiety, everything, they're worried. What are they going to think? What are these people going to think? What is it going to happen? What is it? That could be a mental health, indication of mental health. Trauma, you know you're talking about behavior and neurodevelopmental issues. You're talking about autism, spatial disorder. You're talking about eating disorder. You see somebody eating very, very weirdly. I mean, like, you know like, it could be a mental health problem. you know Even some griefs, and like, instability, and a lot of bullying. uh, you know all those could be like, this thing of a mental health. So the societal issue, of course, we're talking about racism. All those are related to mental health. So I will let you now, Mr. I mean, Smiley, to give us, ways to um, overcome mental health from 2026 moving forward, especially for those who are having these challenges. Yeah,
Yeah, that's been very well said. Most of the points which I wanted to cover, it's always been taken. Like I always mention, that take a charge of yourself. Try to be understand yourself first. It's very easy to blame others. It's easy. You are not in this world to blame others and focus on proving yourself. Rather, focus on improving yourself.
that's true.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Like you mentioned, person might be very healthy, but he or she doesn't know what's inside happening. There could be a great pain, but you should, like I mentioned, control. But don't take it to that extreme end that it's irreversible. Don't try to put it down, try to impress. That means you need to focus more on yourself. In this world, you have come alone and you will leave alone. No one is there with you.
That's important to note.
Yeah, because that's a fact.
Yeah, that's the fact.
Why we are always saying, oh, I miss, I'm highly depressed. I don't have anyone to talk to. I don't have anyone. Be your own companion. Talk to yourself because your body talks to yourself. Have you ever realized that? Because I always say, if anyone, I mean, like here, like to mention all the viewers and the audience that keep following me, my page, my Facebook page, where I share my daily reels, my daily videos, and those are my life experience. Be your own doctor. Till the time you cannot cure, because most of the remedies are within yourself. It's a natural cure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not
I
talking about.
did most of them are within your kitchen table. I mean, like
Yes,
your kitchen counters and
yeah,
so forth. Yeah.
yeah. Unless it goes to that extreme. I'm not, see, like I mentioned, neither I am an expert in that, but as a natural well being educator and a natural expert, I can relate those. So, if you are not balanced, if you are so much stress, like I mentioned, control, have the habit of let it go. When you carry that heavy luggage, can you move? You can't move. You're not flexible. Oh my God, I need to carry this. How I need to rest. So be under control. Very important. It's all about you. See, I think earlier days nobody knew about any mental disease, mental illness. Yes or no? I
Yes.
never heard. I never heard from my parents. I
No.
mean, dementia, all those are different, correct? Those are relating to other chronic diseases. We are not talking about that, and neither we are expert. We are sharing here our experience on the normal. So, mental health nowadays is just getting on and on and on. It's going on a rapid speed because of the reason we are not under control. Let
Yeah.
me tell all those seven C's. in a simple manner, if that makes sense for everyone. Because I want all the audience, every viewers, everywhere, everyone to be healthy. Healthy doesn't mean physical health.
Mhm.
It's all about mental well-being. Very important. Your,
Mhm.
behavior, your pattern, your character, every action of yours can synchronize and point how healthy you are. Does anyone realize that? No, it's not necessary to get all the tests done how healthy you are. You should know how healthy you are because your body talks to you.
Mhm.
When you ignore, then you don't know, right? So,
Yeah. Mhm.
coming back to all the 7 important C's. Number one is competence. That means you have to develop the skills and the strengths through
Mhm.
experience and practice. It could be your passion, your own skill, just like me. You needn't have to have a big certification, big course, big professional, whatever the skills, inbuilt skills you have. Try to bring that, polish on that, chase on that. That means chasing your dreams. Number two is connection. You need to build up, not billion followers or million followers or thousands of followers. Be meaningful connections
Mhm.
who really understand and value you. Rest, dismiss them. Character. Understand what is right from your mistakes. Like I always say, your past could be a mistake, but we learn from it.
Mhm.
So focus on that. Then comes contribution. Try to contribute as much as your skill, your passion, whatever makes you feel doing happy. Not 9 to 6 job. I'm not talking about that. You may be high professional. I don't care. But still, you are not happy because
Mhm.
that is not within yourself. You're not focusing on those C's. Try to give to the world as much as you can because giving, caring, and sharing, you get back in return doubled. The blessings you should count. Coping, learn, to remain and control and under stress management. Like I mentioned, mental health is the stress, anxiety, fear, unnecessary thinking is causing 90%. It is sitting on your head here.
Mhm.
See that. Let it go. Like I mentioned, control, which is not under your control. Why you are thinking? Let it go. That means have some space in your mind.
Mhm.
Let the hormones work and balance properly. They are imbalanced. Last but not the least, top it up. When you work on that, you have the confidence. Confidence and believing in yourself. Whosoever you are, you didn't have to copy and compare. Oh, she's a high professional, high status. Oh, I am just a lean and thin person. How does it matter? Because you are you, build up with yourself. Because your status, whatever you are, is not what is being valued by your status, your standard, your profession, your how professional you are, how many certificates you are, whether you are an individual scholar, and so on and so forth. You can be a simple person.
That's
When
true.
you work upon these seven C's,
Mm,
focus on those, you see life is so peaceful. Over and above, protect your peace. I always keep on stressing on that. No need to let others validate you because they themselves are not validated. Who are they to validate you?
exactly. So, very good.
So,
Very
I
good.
mean, these are the points. I mean, one should focus on, and I always stress on those. I'm not here to brand myself. I'm not a high professional. I don't care. But so long as the blessings and the respect I get from the world, with my experience, work hard, and skills and expertise, I earned by myself, by self learning, training, mentoring, coaching, it's my self earned.
Mhm.
And I believe in myself because, like I mentioned, I don't have to present my certification in order to prove myself. Your
No,
skills,
no,
your passion, your confidence is your validation, how confident you are, and that is the best wealth that never fades away and it will keep going on. Focus on that, and you see how healthy your mind and body becomes.
very good. Well said. Well said, Smiley. Yeah, it looks like the seven C's are very important. Again, for our viewers, we're just gonna remind you of the seven C's and try to be in check with them, which is the competence, confidence, connection, character, contribution, coping, and control. Once you can apply these seven C's that Smiley explained, then you would be in a good position to have a mental balance and then and mental stability. Now,
I mean, I'm
uh,
trying to make and focus on those. If audience have anything specific, they might comment. I'm always open.
thank you. Yes, put your comments down. If you have any questions about any of those seven C's. Now, moving ahead for some some things that could help control mental health. So, like I said, lifestyle changes and building up coping skills. So, like one of the items that Smiley mentioned, which is coping and connecting with others. So, people oftentimes people like to be alone, right? Thinking that that could solve the problem, but that's usually a very it's not the best way to really solve the mental health issue. So you can change your lifestyle, building coping skills like how to cope with the situation, because usually stress are caused by a situation around us, right? And when you cannot cope with those situations, they end up breaking you. Connecting with others, you have to be willing to give and take, right? And you have to be able to be comfortable around others, not overly thinking negatively when you're around people, and seeking professional help. Yeah, definitely. Don't really hesitate to get counseling if you're experiencing mental health, but you have to accept that. You have to accept something is wrong. So most people are in denial. When you tell them you are mentally unstable, they will say, me? No, I'm good. I know what I'm doing. But again, they're not listening, and then they're reluctant to really check with an expert to see if there are certain things wrong. It could be medically wrong. It could be just something that they're doing in their life. Self-care, such as eating, exercising, and sleeping, practicing things like mindfulness, setting boundaries, and staying connected, and managing stress, and then managing stress and building resilience. Because managing stress and building resilience could really overcome mental health issues, because that means you are mentally ready for the challenges. Like when COVID was here, a lot of
Mhm.
people who had mental health. My dissertation was on that mental health. The impact of mental health on people who were going back to work after the COVID. So you can see many people were explaining that mental health has really caused them to quit their jobs. Some you know the loss of lives around their family and all of that. So but in the resilience, if you build this resilience, that listen, this is what's going to happen, I'll overcome it regardless, then you're going to be good. So your body and mind connection, um, like I said, good nutrition, sleeping well, stress management, and healthy habits, find purpose. Some people, they don't have find a purpose in their life, so they keep wandering all over the map. You have to know what is your purpose in life, and once you know that, that is very helpful, right? And we also said that you have to set a boundary. You cannot say you wanna do everything. You wanna be a people pleaser. You wanna say yes. You don't know how to say no to certain things. That will really affect you mentally. And limiting. You should definitely, if you cannot avoid harmful substance, but at least limit them, because they can trigger mental health issue, like cigarette, like weed, like alcohol, excessive use of them. You could be overly affected mentally. Yeah. So overall, um, try to connect and get support from communities. Do community service. Like I'm a pioneer of that. I do a lot of community service to stay connected, to release some stress. Be kind to people. Sometimes when you kind to people, people are reciprocal, right? They will be kind to you, and then guess what happened? You would be, like you build that connection, and you feel like you are home. You know, then that will blow out stress. Like nurture relationship with family, friends, and groups. People sometimes uh, are very, like sometimes people could be see this as difficult, but it's not. Nurture relationship. You have to. Relationship is built. It's not like you just jump into a relationship and then make it happen, or just be there just to get, and you're not giving. So you have to be a player.
Yes.
uh, and then basically, you know with all those kind of support systems, families, friends, and be in the community, and then having to uh, do what you can. Don't overly do stuff, because that could also you become a person who, like no flaw, like you want to be um, excellent in everything. Sometimes that's not possible. You just do your best in your own capacity. Don't compete with the next person next to you. Um, don't be overly, beating yourself up. Even if you make mistake in life, like you messed up, just learn from it and move on. You cannot allow that to hold you and bring you down because you messed up and you're not forgiven. You cannot beat yourself up. Mentally, that could also affect your mental health. So these are some of the things I have to add on Smiley's points. And if I'm missing anything, yeah, before we wrap up, Smiley, you can just come in, how we can improve mental health 2026 moving forward.
Yeah, like I mentioned, have a purpose in life. Stay away from toxic people. No one is there to validate you. Only one person, that is only God. Believe you are not alone. God is always with you. because his prayers never go unnoticed. Blessings will come. Don't chase after money, chase to improve yourself in whatever is your capacity. Everyone's stomach size is not the same. Though we eat probably the same stuff, but you can eat more, I can't eat more. Why do I have to compare? Because there is no comparison. Be in your own lane, be your own version, be your own brand. Why do you need to copy others? Don't live in order to impress the world. Live to express, because that is your purpose. You've come to the world for some purpose and leave that legacy behind. And that's what my purpose is, that people should talk about Smiley. I could at least spread the smile around, keep that stress low. When people have, I have that aura, I have that vibration in my own capacity. Be in your own capacity. Don't no overconfidence and no overcommitments. Because whatever you do, it will drain off. No need to share your success. You don't need a big crowd. You are good enough to pat yourself for your any success. Because you never know who is behind you to pull you down. That's the world. So you
Yep.
should have that capacity to cope with that. And when you work around these areas, you will see you are in good mental health. You can test yourself with 7 C's. And that's the way I would wrap up, that 7 C's are the best test to understand how healthy you are mentally, not physically. Tests are not gonna make you fit. Probably, some percentage is okay. We all age, doesn't matter. But sometimes aging is not what on the basis of your test reports, right? Your blood
Exactly.
report and whatsoever. There are many issues which are relating to that. If you stay healthy, if you remain happy, if you connect with people, if you are in good state of mind, you are humble, you are kind, you are generous, you are working on the purpose, you see, every report can overcome. And when you stay connected with nature and God, remind you, as much as you spend time in nature, looking
Mhm.
at nature, embracing nature, taking natural ingredients to start your day, stepping out from all the junk food, move to plant based, no processed food, and grounding yourself as much as you can. Walk on the grass. You see, these are the scientific evidence, and people could reverse severe illness through natural therapies. It's a proven. Believe me, trust me, it's proven. So, these are my tips for today. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay blessed, be meaningful in life and mindfulness, and stay connected with Smiley and be on this platform, because we are not giving any evidence, but it's an open floor for everyone and our experience to share as much as we can. to amplify our voice, to make a better living around. And that's one of the C's contribution as much as you can. You can be high
Definitely.
professional, but what's the point if you're not ready to serve community? And when you serve community, like you mentioned, you remain so stress free because you are contributing. It's coming from inside. And you see the healthiness in you. You feel so delighted,
Hmm.
open mindedness. And people will find your kindness, generosity,
Right.
and humble. That makes you a perfect person, not how professional, how qualified you are. Doesn't make you the right person on earth. To be honest, and that's the truth. You believe or you don't believe. And that's my way of doing things.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that conclusion as we come close to this program. Smiley, is always, a pleasure to have you and talk about issues that are, of concern to the general public. Again, this is a global platform, new global platform, and we are blessed to have Smiley here and every week, talking about issues that really, really are important to our well-being. Again, we are not, like uh, we are not like all-knowing. We're just contributor, like you said, one of the C's, seven C's. We are contributing our quotas to the society at large, and then of course globally, and also doing what we can based on our research, based on our knowledge and experience, bringing it to this platform, especially in areas like mental health and other topics that we were going to be talking about. So comment, try to get in touch with Smiley in your comment, and then of course he will be for he follows everything that comes to this program. And if I also have anything that I need to answer, I will definitely be open. But this is a very good program that we do in the middle of the week just to sensitize and communicate with our audience and giving them some of the life experience, versions of whatever we are discussing, of course, based on also some research and statistical data that we will bring up here every week. So look forward for our next one coming soon. Smiley, let's make it happen. Yeah, your final words to our audience and our followers.
Oh, yes, yes. I always love to be on this platform. This is a beautiful platform. It's an open platform. And we would come out with many more exciting plans, moving ahead in 2026. Probably we can open this platform for more viewers and audience, and we will be silent and let our audience and viewers be the guest. How about that? So that's my aim, that's my mission, and that's my vision. Because
Yes.
whatever, yeah, we need to open this for viewers, everyone to be on this platform, and we remain silent. Lot more plans ahead. Keep engaging with us. Keep
Yeah,
following.
this is just the beginning.
Yeah,
Now, once we started getting more people interested in the topical areas that we'll be discussing relating to humanity, self improvement, making improve on your other areas in life. We have a lot of things to talk about. We have living in paycheck to paycheck. We have a list of things that we need to speak about. So, like Smiley was saying, we're gonna have a live session where we would allow people to join, but we make the link open. So anybody who wanna join, we're gonna give you like 5 minutes to come in, or 3 minutes, or 2 minutes, whatever it is, to let you in. And from there, we would we would we would make a interactive discussion. So that's coming, but this is just the beginning of this series. Once we do a couple more, then we will find time where our audience all over the world will be online, kind of like will be like It's difficult to have everybody available, or we can look at certain time where globally people in Africa, people in India, people in South America would have at least like a window where when we air, most people will not be sleeping, so that they will have the opportunity to join in, and we'll send the link. We'll promote the link for people to join in, and then they will come in and be part of this, and then we make discussion, and then allow others also to come in. So we do like we allow more, people, like turn by turn. That is a
Yeah,
great idea, Smiley. We look forward to that. But our next week topic we will provide that soon, and let's stay connected.
absolutely. It has been a pleasure as always. Remain always blessed and stay connected and hook with us as much as you can because sharing is caring. So contribute as much as you can and be a part of this platform. We look forward. Signing off from Dallas. Stay happy, stay blessed. Always been a
All right.
pleasure.
Thank
Always.
you. Thank you from me, from my host, Momodou Sawaneh, Dr. Momodou Sawaneh in New York. Thank you. Have a good rest of the night. Take care.